3 hacks for content creation. So by the end of this video, hopefully you're going to know 3 life-saving tips to speed up your content creation. These hacks literally helped me organize and consistently put out a lot of my content last year. And this is amongst the question that I always get, guys. If you're just coming on, say hi. And if you think that this topic is interesting for your team, for the people that you care about, just like share it out, okay? It would really mean a lot. Okay, so let's get back to it. 3 I would say like the best tips that I personally use to put out content consistently. And let's just face it, it's putting out content, creating content takes a lot of time, right? You have to read through stuff, and it's not good enough to like nowadays just talk about like random things. You have to have a theme. So tip number 1 is content mapping. Guys, can you do me a favor? And can you just like, type in the chat what you hear coming out, because I just want to check whether you can hear this. And number 2 is if anyone else is like going into this, at least I can see the points in the comments. All right, thank you. All right, so tip number 1 is content mapping. When I first started out, I wondered what I should be talking about, because I didn't know who I was serving. I didn't know what my topic was. I mean, I knew what probably I can talk about. I just didn't know how much of it, or what should I say, what should come first. So the first thing is to always think about the content that matters to your target audience, to your community, to your customers, the people that you serve. Hi, Aju, the people that you serve. It has always been about your community. Hey, thank you, Minhui. Okay, the thing is, a lot of people, when they come on video, what they do is they want to do branding and they talk about themselves a lot. You can occasionally, but at all points, it should always be about the people that you serve. Okay, all right. Guys, if you're waiting for like the Bahasa Melayu version, as usual, it will come right after this one at 3:30 on the page, right? So I will give a link to that later, 3:30. So this is the English version. And yes, for content creation, I actually use keyword search, and I use keywordseverywhere.com. It's super easy to use. You don't have to pay for a subscription like most. What you do is you get credits, and then you just search according to whatever you want to search, and you can see the data on the right hand side. It's a Google Chrome plugin, so whenever you key into the Google search, it will come out, and all the data of like the searches will come out on the right hand side. So it's super convenient to use, and it's cheap. Personally I think it's cheaper, and at least you would know what are people searching on the topic that you want to talk about, how famous it is, and they even give you like sample titles of what people like are searching for, so you don't get lost. Now, most people, when they do that, they're like, okay, I get a basic idea, but what you need to do is the next step. Actually, go to like the most search one, and then click on a few of those. But go to like, one of these articles that are probably trending. It's on like Google search. You click on them, and then maybe it will lead you to a blog post or somewhere on a website. You want to like scroll all the way down and go to the social media icons, and click on the social media icons. It could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. Search through right until like the social media, because you want to see what other amazing content that these people are talking about and putting out. So you could get a basic idea of like, okay, maybe I can talk about that. But the key is, when you do this exercise, you want to like see what content that they're putting out that resonates the most, that gets the highest engagement. Okay, so that's what you do. And from there, you'll get an idea like what you should be talking about. Maybe take your own spin on it. Don't like copy and paste, because it's not original, and you will be found out. But put your own spin on it, on what you do. And that's a way like how I get a lot of my ideas for the content. I see what's like, working and what's trending, what people want, and then I put it in my own words and what is my personal experience in dealing with that matter. I think that's super valuable. All right, okay, so tip number 2. Guys, are you getting tip number 1? Tip number 1 is content mapping. You can't be talking about everything under the sun. You have to like narrow down to your niche eventually. So, for example, mine is branding, sales, marketing, online marketing, right? So you have to figure out what you want to talk about, not everything under the sun. If you're going to talk about natural products, make sure that you cover those topics, all right? Okay, so tip number 2 is outsourcing. Guys, can you hear me? If that makes sense, I just type in yes so that I know that you guys are getting this. And if you want to say hi, say hi. I'm going to say hi back. All right, so tip number 2 is outsourcing. Outsourcing. Now, what is outsourcing? Well, basically what it means. In the beginning, I was doing everything for myself, including like, you know, the thumbnails, the cover and everything. And I use a lot of Canva. Now, even the Canva is like super convenient, right? Super convenient. Super convenient. And it saves a ton of time, and I don't have to employ like 3 people just to do my graphics, but it still takes a lot of time to do it. So what I do is, after some time, when I got some cash, I went on Fiverr.com and other sites to outsource certain functions to certain people. Yes, I use Fiverr because it's cheap, right? Converted to Malaysian ringgit per job, if I set it for $5, it's just 27 ringgit, including like the service charge of the platform, which is $2. So that's $7, and that's 27 ringgit for like a design or 3 YouTube thumbnails or whatever it is that you want to get designed, and you can't do it on Canva, or you don't have the kind of time. Because you want to grow, you need like a team, and but you can't afford, like, for example, to pay like a full-fledged graphic designer, which probably goes for 2005 in the Malaysian market. So what you can do is you can get all these like freelancers online, and they can do it for you very quickly. Usually the lead time is like 2 hours to 24 hours, which is super fast, guys. And that's like the reason why I'm talking like so fast is because I got a ton of things to cover. So if I'm missing anything out, guys, like, you know, just let me know. I'm gonna answer the questions like in a bit. What is the website again? Abang is no, you're actually right. It's Tuan Alfian. It's actually keywordseverywhere.com. You know what? I'll give you a link of everything that, you know, I mentioned here, so that you guys can check it out. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna like add in the description all of the links so you guys can check it out. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I went to Fiverr.com, Upwork, Freelancer.com, Harrow.com. Harrow.com is really cool. If you don't know what guys, do you know what Harrow.com is? Harrow, do you help a reporter out. Now, sometimes you need to create content, and then you're like, oh my god, I don't have time for this, and you want ideas, and maybe you got a guest blog post, or like you get a feature and it's something big, so you can post your questions there, and somebody else will like come in and give you some ideas, and you can credit them for the work. At least you don't have to write everything from scratch, and it's really good quality stuff. Usually you can pick and choose. So that's amazing. If you have used it, type in like in the chat, how did you find it? Was it helpful? If you haven't checked it out, don't worry if you don't know what I mean. I'm going to give the link as usual in the description above. All right, so finally, tip number 3 is batching. Now, a lot of people are asking me like, hey, how do you do this? Like, how do you like, you know, batching, guys? Batching really helps. Now, doing a video daily takes a lot of time, and it is not necessarily like the smartest way or the most productive way to actually put out content online. Okay, so what you can do is you can create content in like weekly basis, and then you spend like 1 day or maybe half a day to create that week's content. And then when it comes time to shoot or to do anything, you just shoot one go if you want pre-recorded. But if you want to do lives, the reason why I'm doing lives, or I started with lives, is because initially I was extremely afraid of talking on video. I still am sometimes. So it helped me to break my limiting beliefs. And once I was able to put in the habit to speak online and not be super scared every single time and losing my points when I talk, it really helped me to like propel my points better and further, and I can present so much better. It only because I have like, okay, sorry for that. Something happened. Okay, so the thing is, how to do it like more stable and more consistent is you do batching, and it saves a ton of time. You could pre-record things, and you could use the software to present your pre-recorded videos as lives. Now, but when you do this, you can't really interact with the audience questions. So that's like the downside. But you can come into the chat and then chat up with them. But the service fee is a bit expensive. If you're interested in that, just say yes. And I'm gonna like link just in the description like examples of like services that you can use to do this, because sometimes people don't have that kind of freedom to like do lives every single day at that time, right? But you want to like gain visibility fast. This is what you need to do, because you know, if you're my student, you've been to my classes, you know how many times I keep telling you this, right? FB Lives is the way to hijack the platform super efficiently, super fast. And that's how I grow, and that's how I saw a ton of people grow, and that's why I'm sharing with you this. All right. It's like a marathon. I'm sorry. And if you're like, if you want to make sure that you post out your content consistently every single time, what you need to do is maybe you can like use Hootsuite, and it's free for the first 3 social media accounts. It could be a LinkedIn, Twitter, or if you don't use Twitter, Instagram and Facebook page, and you can just like schedule it in, and it will be posting according to what you schedule in. So at least you can get the consistency there. All right. And what I do personally is I would actually save like, you know, pictures, quotes and everything. So whenever I don't have an idea but I know that I have to post, you know, you get those kind of days. So what you need to do is just put it up or ask questions, you know, get a survey done. There's so many things. All right, so those are the 3 tips. Can anyone help me repeat this? Let me just read something. Denise English is very good. I love listening to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. That's so kind. Okay, and I have one more bonus. Guys, if you want a bonus tip, just type in bonus, because I want to give it to you. As usual, I will always give you bonus if I have any. So if you want a bonus tip, this thing is really, really helpful, especially if you've been doing video for like, you know, 2 weeks or above. It will be super helpful. Okay, bonus tip is always repurpose your content. Okay, you cannot keep creating like new ones every single day, like quality new ones. What you need to be doing is repurpose it. See what works, like previous content that you already put up, see what works and put it on a different platform in a different kind of look. From like, you know, a video like this, you can get it transcribed on rev.com. On rev.com, and then you can like put it as like a blog post or a written post or a question or something else from the same point. Okay, so repurpose your content every single time, because you took some time to come up with quality content that you know will work for your customers, the community that you serve. So it will be a waste if you just keep putting out content but you're not repurposing it, because sometimes people learn differently, and some people learn through infographics, some people learn through video, some people learn through audio. So that is why I always repurpose my content. Like for example, my lives go onto my YouTube channel, and then it gets repurposed like so many times in other different platforms, and also it gets transcribed and then becomes a blog post. It becomes like a written thing. It becomes a written thing on LinkedIn as well, or it becomes a picture on Instagram. So repurpose good content all the time, because some people they don't see. For example, I'm doing this live. Not everyone will see it live. Not everyone will see your lives live. And they might catch you on different platforms, and it's okay, on a different day. So you could always repurpose that content beautifully. So I hope those 3 points help with the bonus tip. And if it does, please help me share it out so that more people can actually get on video and get visibility that they need to grow their business, increase sales this year. As I said many times, this year is not just a year about learning new tips, but also just doing it, guys. Okay, if you get on video, if you do the FB Live, FB story, like yesterday, some people already tagged me. I want to see you guys tag me. Okay, tag me, hashtag Dini Tajuddin, because I want to see it. I want to like it. I want to comment on it. And I will sometimes create new content like based on what you ask, right? Because I'm here to serve you as always. Okay, so I hope, that's it for today, and I'll catch you in the next live. If you have any questions, like keep them coming. I'd love to answer them. And until then, take care, guys. And the Bahasa version is coming in a bit. Okay, bye.